back to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and I think we are live on YouTube first. And if I go over to my fancy new button to start on Twitch, we are now live over on Twitch as well. Alright, phenomenal. Seems like it's muted in there. I'm just going to pull up a YouTube chat on my phone. And we will go from there once I have YouTube chat open on my phone. Hi, Gigi Plays. Good to see you again. We will open the lobby floor in just a tiny bit of time. No, I clicked on the wrong account. Hold on. Hi, Blue Monkey. How you doing? And also, hello, Stormtrooper in a business suit. How you doing? Okay, here we go. Also, hello, Devin. How you doing? Saw you're thinking about the Poke Clicker, but I don't think we're gonna have a Poke Clicker highlights video. I've changed my mind at this point. Alright, let me see about turning this controller back on. Alright, so we're back with Beat Me, and the rules are all in the description for Beat Me, you take my Pokemon. But basically, we're gonna do 3 of the Regulation F battles, and if it is your first time, you have to win all 3, but after that, you only have to win 2 out of 3 times, and then you can get 2 Pokemon because we're running a special sale for, I gotta get rid of these things, so you can take 2 automatically if you haven't won yet. Let me connect to the internet. Oh wait, the YouTube one looks not great. Those frames are really uh what is happening? Oh wait, the current frames, hold on. Okay, I'm back now. I just swapped it to 30 frames. That 10 frames was looking kind of trash. Hopefully we can withstand 30 frames for both streams. And I might have to try like doing the 10 frames for just Twitch. But stream might have buffered there for a little bit just because I had to turn it off in order to change the frame rate settings. It's okay, just here to let you know. Well, I appreciate it, Devin. Alright, so let's get the room open. Is everything good on Twitch? Yeah, I think everything's good on Twitch. Let's do link battle, and today's link code is going to be 44698 or not 9221. And I'll wait for stream to catch up, and it'll load eventually. Ever tried Pokemon Prop Hunt in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? I mean, that's just hide and seek, right? We did hide and seek one time, I think, but it's kind of hard to involve a lot of people in doing hide and seek. And the people who don't get to do it tend to feel a bit left out. Okay, here we go. Stream's probably caught up by now. I did not get the shiny Mudbray from the sandwich, and then I did a ghost sandwich for Grieverd, and just got shiny Charm odds, shiny Mudbray. Well, that's quite ironic. Alright, who do we have here? Ah, we got GG Plays coming at us again. Alright, we're using Official Rules 1. And I'm going to hide screen just to pick team. Let's pick... let's hit him with this team. Start things off today. You have to hide and seek, but you can turn into one of your Pokemon to hide. Makes sense, makes sense. I don't know, I would maybe play it with other, like, content creators, but I'm not especially fond of the idea. Alright, what do we got here? We do have the Urshifu, we have the Ogerpon, we have the Goodra and the Greavard. How do we get around these fine Pokemon here? I think what we do is we do Flutterman and Indeedee. And then in the back, we can afford to have Torkoal and Incineroar. Yeah, let's try that. You won't win. I mean, we'll see. Alright, we've got the Delphox and the Haxorus on the field. I'm kind of curious to see what's going to happen. I might double protect this first turn. If Haxorus goes for Sword Stance, though, it could be kind of weird. I think I'm just going to click the Dazzling Gleam and follow me this turn. Dazzling Gleam comes out. Deals some okay damage into Delphox and some great damage into Haxorus. Delphox goes for the Will-O-Wisp. What's the point of hiding your team if you're showing it now? Because I have 3 different teams. So the specific team that I'm picking is unknown. Okay, so... Haxorus got Crunch, and it crunched Indeedee pretty good there. I think I'm going to Shadow Ball and Dazzling Gleam here to try and clear the field. Shadow Ball comes out, picks up KO into Delphox. And what is Haxorus going to do? Because there's a pretty good odds it's faster than Indeedee here. Just gets the crunch into Indeedee. That's acceptable. So now I have 2 options. I can bring in Incineroar for the Intimidate, or I can bring in the Torkoal for the Sun. I think I'm going to opt to bring in Torkoal for the Sun here. Alright, we're going to see Goodra hit the field. Sunlight's going to turn harsh. Fluttermane's Photosynthesis is going to activate now, giving us the Speed Booster. And I am fine Dazzling Gleaming and Earth Powering, I think, into Goodra. Dazzling Gleam comes out, picks up KO on Haxorus, and gets some damage into Goodra. Goodra takes Earth Power pretty okay. What is Goodra gonna do? Oh, what did Goodra do a thing? Oh, must have money watered. I'm mostly here just to battle for fun. I mean, fair enough. Easier for me. I don't have to give away a Pokemon then. It's also like a learning experience for people who want to see how actual VGC is played. I'm gonna read Houndstone as the threat here. Oh, what did... Wait, what did Goodra do? I don't know what Goodra did. I thought it Muddy Watered, but none of my Pokemon are down health. There we go. Shadow Ball and Heat Wave here, I think, is the best option. I see Terrestrialization from the opponent. They're going with their Terra Ghost. Fluttermane rips Shadow Ball into that slot, and that's going to outcount Houndstone with a bit of a maybe unfortunate critical hit. Goodra goes for Iron Head into Fluttermane, bringing Fluttermane down to its Focus Sash. Purple gets off the Heat Wave, does good damage into Goodra. Goodra's gonna get the leftovers. I'm gonna protect in case they attack into Fluttermane and go for the Heat Wave again. Hi Jerry, how you doing? Can I play even though I might lose? I would encourage you to try. Everybody's allowed to try, of course, and if you show enough improvement over time, I'll give you a Pokemon too. Opponent maybe decides to read a protect there, gets the Body Slam into Torkoal. Unfortunately, is hurt by the Rocky Helmet, though. Torkoal, not phased by the Body Slam paralysis, gets the single target Heat Wave into Goodra, and that is going to wrap up the first game. I do like building VGC teams. I got a couple of them built up. That sounds pretty good. Alright, you just gotta win the next 2 GG plays. So can I play after everyone else? It's a first come, first serve system, just because we don't really have a better way of doing it. Like, I could set up a queue eventually, but there's not enough people to really warrant a queue. I'm not gonna bother hiding team right now. Let's do this team. My team might surprise you just because of what is on the team. I can guarantee you there's nothing in this game that I haven't seen before. Okay. This is the 3 Fire starter team. There's also an Annihilate, who I don't think I've ever seen before. So what do I do here? I think my best lead is Pelipper or Caledon, and then having Scizor and Grimmsnarl in back. Maybe Blastoise in back, actually. Actually, let me bring Raichu, just because we never get to bring Raichu, and we'll do Blastoise. You trade me the level many 9s Hyper Trained Shiny Magikarp. Unfortunately, Kurosaki Ishigo, I already evolved it into Gyarados. Alright, we're gonna see Hisuigui and Cinderace hit the field here. So if Cinderace is Protean, it doesn't really benefit me to Weather Ball the slot, but I'm gonna do that anyways. And let's launch a Body Press into Goodra, since I think our Caledon's gonna get hit by the Cinderace. Yeah, Cinderace goes for Double Kick, and it is Libero, so it changes into a Fighting type. We take 2 Double Kicks there. And we get for Body Press into Goodra, do some big damage. We get Weather Ball, but Cinderace is no longer a Fire type. Weather Ball still takes it out, though, because it's kind of frail. And Goodra goes for the Body Slam into Pelipper to break Pelipper's Sash. Does not pick up the Paralysis, though. The thing where you did not see what my Goodra did, I forgot my matchup and used Body Slam on Fluttermane. Okay, that's why there wasn't any damage done on that turn. We're not going to see Skeledirge hit the field. I feel pretty comfortable clicking Weather Ball into that slot and Body Pressing into Goodra. Body Press comes out. That's going to pick up KO and Goodra. Skeledirge goes for the Will-O-Wisp, being faster than Pelipper here, which is interesting. But our Caledon is now burned, so its days are numbered. Pelipper gets the Weather Ball into Skeledirge, and that clean KOs Skeledirge. Hi, Sua, how you doing? Magikarp's hidden move, Ocean Splash. Always a critical hit where it splashes a ocean. Not even electric or grass type Pokemon can survive. That is in fact a move that Magikarp learns at level 69696969 Unfortunately, I forgot to teach it to my Magikarp at that level, or it has not reached that level. I cannot remember. I think we just clicked. Annihilate's name is Duraludon. We're going to see Annihilate grabbing a Terra here. It is a Terra into Terra Ghost. And it immediately goes for its Rage Fist. So this is going to be 60 base power Rage Fist, because it's being powered up by the Terrestrialization. As well as the Terrestrialization damage. Makes it do some pretty okay damage to Pelipper, but now it's our turn to attack. Electro Shot does okay. Hurricane does okay. Is that AV? I feel like that combo move should have KO'd. But either way, I'm fine with losing either here, I think. This is going to be 150 base power Rage Fist, which will definitely get Pelipper. Oh, by the way, a legendary like Virizion is allowed? That is correct. You are allowed to use any legendaries that are not like Calyrex, Miraidon, Koraidon, because those ones are banned in this regulation. Also no mythicals like Mew, Jirachi. But other than that, you should be good. Well, you're more than welcome to do the last battle if you would like GG plays. Gonna be against the Sand Team. Magikarp is legendary if you know how to use it. I mean, some people would in fact say that. Okay, seems to be the same team as the first time. I think what I'm going to do is Indeedee Hatterene, and we're going to bring Primarina and Tyranitar in the back. And we'll see how it goes. Alright, we've got Delphox and we've got Urshifu. It seems to be Water Urshifu. We're going to follow me and going to get up my room. Do 6-star raids and I'll bring my legendary Magikarp. We do have viewer suggestions coming up on this Friday. What did Urshifu do? Delphox clicked the Will-O-Wisp. Oh, it clicked Focus Punch. That's one way to get rid of an Indeedee. Harry gets up the room. And now we're going to click Hyper Voice and Expanding Force. Apparently, Shiinotic is classified as a mythical Pokemon. It was so strange to learn that. Is it really? Kind of like Arcanine is classified as a legendary Pokemon. Expanding Force cleaned up Urshifu, and Hyper Voice cleaned up Delphox. So now it just depends what two they have in the back. Alright, they've got the Hisuigui. And they've got the Houndstone. Houndstone is the biggest threat. Actually, I think Goodger's the biggest threat. Because I have Tyranitar in the back, and Tyranitar can take the dog. So I think I always Moonblast Dazzling Gleam here, and even if I lose Hatterene, I'm still fine. I only have 2 Pokemon dead right now, so I'm not super concerned about the last respects. Let's just do that. Looks like Houndstone is getting to act faster than normal because of its quick claw. Which might actually be a little bit unfortunate for me here. It really depends what the Houndstone is targeting. It's going for that last respects. And it's gonna pick up KO on Hatterene. At least we get Moonblast. That does not do enough. Okay, at least it doesn't para me. Okay, so I need to hope another Quick Claw doesn't proc here when I bring in Tyranitar. Anyway, I missed the last battle stream. How did that end up going? Pretty much the same way it's going right now. I really do not want to lose Primarina to another Quick Claw activation. But I need to start shipping the Goodra. So we're going to do this, and I'm just going to hope it doesn't activate. It did not activate. Yes, attack drop, but this Goodra... Oh, well, I guess it matters for this Muddy Water. Sun goes for the last respects into Primarina. That's probably going to pick up KO. Stone is buffeted by Sandstorm, proving that's fluffy. Goodra restores some HP. And what are our turn? We have one Trick Room turn left. Let's stomp in Goodra and see if that picks up KO into it. Okay, it does. This is gonna make Houndstone's thing 150 base power. I went for Dig. I am okay with that. Because even though Trick Room is now over, I can protect in front of the Dig. And now I only have to live one last respects. I'll see if I can put something together. I've been taking a break for VGC for the last bit. Makes sense, makes sense. Houndstone goes for the Lick, perhaps hoping for an infinite para scenario, however it does not get it. It is instead knocked out by a Tyranitar. You should use a team of 6 Magikarps. Unfortunately, you're limited by species clause there. I mean, it's the founding reason why they made species clauses, so that you couldn't bring 6 Magikarps. Be of a bit of an unfun game at that point. It would just be Magikarp speed tying with each other. Over and over again. Alright, let me stretch my wrist for a second. Y'all, you did almost win. You got a very crucial Quick Claw pop there. So who's next? Whoever types in the link code fast enough once I start searching here. Any second now, I'm gonna type it in. Any moment. By the time you're seeing this, I've already definitely started doing it. Definitely already started. Not doing it now. We're doing it. Technically, you could bring Eviolite, Bisharp, and King Gambit to the same match. You could. You would absolutely be really scared from fighting types, but you could. Alright, we've got Isaiah. Now, does Isaiah have a chat name? Okay, to give me the ability to decide rules. Have we had an Isaiah before? How's it spelled? Isaiah. We've not had an Isaiah before. Isaiah slash... Okay, so let me hide screen while I pick a team. Let's do this one. Alright, now Isaiah, because this is your first time, you gotta win all 3 battles to get a Pokemon. But after that, you only have to win 2 out of 3 battles to get a Pokemon. Oh, we also got a follow from Brian Oxide. That's a great name. I love it. Thank you for following, Brian. How you doing? Alright, we've got a bit of a Sun team here. And they have Trick Room potential. But it looks more like Trick Room mitigation, if you ask me. I think we lead Arcanine and Rillaboom here, and then we do Tyranitar and Primarina in the back. And we see how it goes. I'm also assuming that this is a Stormtrooper in a business suits. Okay, they brought the Wake, and I cannot see because it's behind Rillaboom. It's a Rongaroo. So what do we do about a Rongaroo? I could choose to hit it this turn. It's Walking Wake with Symbiosis. Okay. They raised their attack, and I didn't notice what item they got. So... could Trick Room. I feel pretty safe, I think. Swapping Primarina here, and then just going for that Wood Hammer. They could swap in their Sun here and go for Flamethrower into Rillaboom. I think that is like their optimal move, but I'm going to do this. And hopefully they don't like Terra Fire Flamethrower, because I think that would be really bad for us. Rongaroo goes for Protect this turn. So Walking Away goes for Hydro Steam and Primarina. Alright, nice catch there. That is a lot of damage. Considering that's a resist. It's a crit, that's why it does that much. Wood Hammer comes out into Walking Wake, and that is going to clean one-shot Wake. Alright, that's great. That was the main threat for our 2 rock types in the back. It passed a Scarf. Well, it's dead now. Alright, now Ninetales is coming in. Which I think makes perfect sense. We are going to click Hyper Voice this turn and swap in Tyranitar. Because we need to win the Weather War, and now that their Water type is gone, we are winning the Weather War a lot. They might swap in their Grass type here, though, but getting damage on their Weathermon with our Watermon, very crucial. Hi, John Pika, how you doing? They do swap out their Rongaroo into Venusaur, okay. And does Ninetales Protect? No, Ninetales Terras. What the Ninetales doing? Ninetales Terras into Fairy type, okay. Ninetales goes for the Heat Wave, and Tyranitar dodges it, which is nice, because we won't be getting burned off of it on Tyranitar then. Hyper Voice comes out, and does pretty big damage to both. Getting a crit on the Ninetales. They crit us on the... Primarina took that crit to heart from the Walking Wake, and dealt it back into the Ninetales. So I don't fear the Venusaur too much with Tyranitar right now. I feel pretty fine attacking with Tyranitar and swapping out Primarina. Then again, do I really need Primarina right now? Like, if their Ninetales is Fairy and they only have a Rongaroo in the back, then Arcanine should be able to clean up Venusaur as long as they don't reclaim the weather. I think I'm fine clicking Ice Beam into Venusaur and then... Actually, who's faster? I don't know. I'll click a Rock Slide, and hopefully we hit Ninetales. Okay, Ninetales gets withdrawn. Rongaroo comes in. The Earth Power into Tyranitar, but Tyranitar took that less well than I was expecting. Like, I knew that was super effective. Did not expect that to be... Even with the Sand Boost, non-stab? That's kind of surprising. That might be Expert Belt. I love me my Expert Belt Venusaurs. We take out Venusaur, who was their fastest sun component. Ninetales comes back in. They reclaim the weather, but they only have 2 Pokemon left, so all we have to do is protect the Primarina on this turn. And I'm going to swap Arcanine in. If they go for Trick Room or something with a Rongaroo, I'm okay with that, because we have extreme speed on the Arcanine. You get the Intimidate, but that theoretically shouldn't matter. I mainly want to see if they Solar Beam into Primarina. Oh, Ninetales tried to go for Hypnosis into Primarina. Okay. The stream is lagging? Uh-oh. Like, how bad? Why Rongaru's so small? I thought he was big. Rongaru's kind of small. He's kind of like child-sized. Passimian is the big one now, though. Passimians are heckin' huge. I wasn't paying attention to what my opponent did, which is probably not great of me, but I'm just going to click Flare Blitz into Ninetales. Yeah, it's telling me I dropped some frames on OBS. We might have to lower the frame rate again. I get in line. There is no line. It's just first come, first serve. But based on the number of people that are here, we might have to set up a queue. I don't know how I'm going to do that, though. Oh, we do it with the Discord. I can make a queue in Discord. Let's do Moonblast, and let's do Flare Blitz. And that should wrap up the game. Okay, yeah, we are losing a lot of frames now. In that case, I'm going to pause the stream for just a second. Okay, I lowered the frame rate, so hopefully that reduces the lag. That'll just be a worse viewing experience. I'll experiment with it a little bit. Let me hide screen just so I'm not showing off which of the next 2 teams I'm gonna, whoops. Which one I'm gonna pick here. Unfortunately, Isaiah, you lost the first one, which means that these next 2 ones don't matter. However, you are more than welcome to get in some practice. I gotta do this team. Okay, bit of a change up here. We have a bit of a snow team, it would seem. Let's do Arcaldon, Grimmsnarl, Pelipper, Scizor, I think? Makes the most sense to me. Blastoise might make sense here, actually. For Body Press Endgame. Then again, Body Press Endgame doesn't really deal with Frostlass, whereas Scizor has a better ability to deal with that. Let's do that. I have you on Discord, but not the Discord itself. Well, join the Discord today. We have not a lot going on, honestly, but hopefully we'll have stuff going on. There's two kind of bots that can help with the queue, Nightbot and Streamlabs Chatbot. Those sound like they would take a long time to take up. We've got Bisharp and we've got Virizion here. I feel like there's going to be a fighting type move coming out into our Caledon here. And we're Terra Flying. Man, it would be really nice to have started Pelipper here. I think we swap Pelipper. And we do Reflect. Because the Bisharp is going to hit me with its Steel type move. Opponent withdraws Bisharp into Volnona, the Ninetales, which means that they now have Snow precedence. We get up Reflect, and Virizion does go for the fighting type move into Pelipper. Okay. So we can Weather Ball into Virizion, and but the Ninetales probably is Freeze Dry. I'm going to protect Pelipper and Spirit Break the Virizion, and I want to see how much this does. Can't find the link, found the link. Oh, yeah, it would probably help if I posted the Discord link in actual chat places. Then grab that real quick. Post it in YouTube chat. There it is, 3 times. I don't care if I win or lose, I'm just here to have fun. Well, that's the Spirit Blue kit. Oh, they went for Terra Ice, and now they're Terra Blasting. Terra Blasting the Grimmsnarl did that much. Spirit Break is not going to do very much now that it's an Ice type, and it's not super effective. I was not paying attention to what they did. They said they were Aurora Veil, okay. I mean, that also blocked for me going in for Weather Ball into that slot. Then I'm going to swap our Caledon here, and I'm going to Thunderwave Virizion. Get Thunderwave into Virizion. I'll slow it down a bit. Ninetales just go for Blizzard. Pox her stamina. And Virizion couldn't move because paralyzed. So I think I always body press Virizion here and then swap Pelipper, reset the weather. Okay, so we set up the weather. They swap in Bisharp here, which is great. We body press Virizion for almost all of its health. Virizion manages to live. Unfortunately, Virizion cannot move because para. So I think I'm fine body pressing Bisharp and just going for the Weather Ball into Virizion. They swap Bisharp into their Ninetales again. Makes perfect sense to me. Virizion again couldn't move because paralyzed. Man, this Virizion's fat. How's it moving before my Caledon while paralyzed? That's a crazy amount of speed. Little unlucky here, but hard to say how much the Sacred Sword would do. Wait, so do we join the queue on Discord somehow? I haven't set it up yet, but that might be what we resort to doing here in a little bit. Okay, Sand Slash now out here hitting the field. And I'm going to body press Sand Slash and swap back to Grimmsnarl, I think. I don't really need Grimmsnarl at this point. Sand Slash goes for Drill Run into Arkeldon, but we have some defense boost. Doesn't do too much to us. We go for Blizzard. Hopefully does not freeze Arkeldon. Yeah, right. Light Press picks up KO into Sand Slash. Opponent's Aurora Veil wear off. That was not a sentence. Didn't even sound like a sentence. Is that Bisharp taller than it was before? Am I crazy? I'm gonna body press the Bisharp and then swap Pelipper so we can take the weather control. I feel pretty confident, even if Barizian didn't get, like, super paralyzed there, if they had taken our Caldon, I think Scizor could have cleaned up what's in the back. Maybe not Sand Slash, but I think we still have a fine matchup in the Sand Slash. Ah, crits Pelipper. No freezes, though, thank goodness. And I'm going to Flash Cannon, and I'm going to White Guard. White Guard's going to block the Blizzard here. Flash Cannon comes out, and that grabs Ninetales. Alright, one last battle left here. It's going to be against the Sun team. GG's, GG's. Okay, what do we have here? Ah, it's a mono-normal team that I'm not quite sure how I beat this team. Like, we have Kamo, but they have Zoroark. Like, the big problem here is, like, if they lead, like, Farigiraf Ursaluna, and then they get up Trick Room, it's not great for us, even though we do have a Torkoal. I think we lead Fluttermane Indeedee. And then we do Torkoal Kamalo. That seems like a not crazy idea. He gets at the Psychic Surge, so is this Staraptor real? Is the question on everybody's mind. They could just, like, Final Gambit and then Earthquake with Ursaluna. I kind of rate that play. I could rip my Terra Stellar here, because then we get at least one attack. The Stellar Terra doesn't really benefit me, though, because I can't Shadow Ball into anything unless they Terra. I think I'd rather save it for Combo. So we're going to Dazzling Gleam and Follow Me with Indeedee, and we'll see what happens. Ideally, what happens is we grab like a Zoroark Shadow Ball from hitting Fluttermane, but it's very possible that they just use Staraptor to KO Indeedee, and then they bring my Fluttermane down to its Focus Sash. Seems as if Staraptor is going for the Terra Normal here. This might actually be a Zoroark in disguise. We're gonna redirect an attack. We get off our Dazzling Gleam into both. Ah, and the Ursaluna was the one that was not real. Zoroark goes for Bitter Malice. Same idea here with Shadow Ball. And Staraptor goes for Double Edge, which is probably going to take out Indeedee in one hit. Staraptor gets recoil damage. But because of the damage we did last turn, I am perfectly fine at bringing in Combo here. And we can Dazzling Gleam again. And we can Clanker's Soul. Dazzling Gleam should take both. Unless there's like a crazy focus band activating 1 out of 8 times. Now Kamo gets off Clanger's Soul basically for free here, which is super nice. And what Pokemon are they going to bring in next? Alright, of course Ursaluna has to come here. Because it was the Pokemon that Zoroark was being disguised as. And they have Zangoose in the back. So I don't think either of these Pokemon exert immediate pressure. So I'm more than fine just Dazzling Gleaming and or Sphering Ursaluna. Because Zangoose really wants its Toxic boost. And Ursaluna really wants its Flame Orb. That's probably why it's protecting on this turn. Dazzling Gleam does come out. It's more than half to Zangoose. Kamo's Aura Sphere goes into a Protect. And Zangoose goes for the Facade, but it is not currently poisoned yet, so it does not do very much damage. There's Toxic Orb. And there's the Flame Orb. We can Dazzling Gleam and Aura Sphere. And because we have Torkoal in the back, even if somehow both Fluttermane and Kamo go down on this turn, the Dazzling Gleam chip, even if it didn't KO Zangoose there, would do... the Zangoose would do enough toxic damage to itself. Aura Sphere is going to come out. And that's going to pick up Ursaluna. GG's, GG's. Alright, Isaiah, I'll have you, or Stormtrooper, I'll have you down on the list, and next time you attempt, you only gotta win 2 times out of 3. Alright, so I've been asked for a queue now. Which means I have to set this up. What if we do, actually, we don't... Wait, maybe we don't need the Discord. What if we just do... Let me change my name on Pokemon Showdown. Yeah, I'm a heckin' genius. And my changed name is going to be Tree Hugger 555. So if you want to challenge me, I will send you the new link code through treehugger555. Let me put that in the YouTube chat. Challenge me on Showdown there, and then based on the order that the invites come in Pokemon Showdown, then we have a queue. And that seems like the most fair way to do it. Because it'll allow me to chat with people on Pokemon Showdown. Oh, I guess I should also put that on Twitch. Even though I don't think Twitch chat messages stay around for forever, I'm gonna put that in the Twitch chat in case there is a person who joins on Twitch. Well, Pokemon Showdown, how do I do that? Look up Pokemon Showdown, and then you have to have like any name, like type in any name in the top right corner. And then send a battle challenge to Treehugger, or just chat actually, Treehugger555, and we'll see if anybody does it. But theoretically, this should be like a perfect queue system because I'll get the invites as they come in, and then I can just delete the chat messages, and then people can re-enter the queue through Pokemon Showdown. With Pokemon Showdown, okay, we're gonna change screens here. This is Pokemon Showdown. It is a website. Oh, we might be lagging again. Wait, no, I think my encoder is just lying to me. It's telling me I have no dropped frames right now. Well, whatever. But you type in Pokemon Showdown, and then you go to the website, and this is kind of what it looks like. It might be a different background, but where it says find a user, you would type in like Treehugger 555, and you would open it, and then it wouldn't say chat self, obviously. It would say chat that person. It'd be like, hey, I wanna fight you, dork. And then that would come in. See, we got real Cherry Lemon who wants to fight. Well, now I gotta switch screens because it kind of defeats the purpose, but... On Google or the game? On Google. On whatever website device you have. I guess people who are using phones can't use multiple pages. So it is inherently not a perfect system. Her. I'll think about it. I don't know. It doesn't have to be perfect for today, but I also need the screen that has the console on to not be on. I'm gonna change the link code a little bit. And I'm gonna go back here. Just call me Cherry, but alright, there you go. That's the new link code. Wait for Cherry to accept it, and I'll be searching in the meantime. Okay, an opponent has been found. So now we return to the screen. And I'm picking the rules, and I pick these ones. Okay, I'm gonna hide screen again just so I pick team. But for Cherry, I don't think it matters. This team. Now, Cherry is probably the most notable winner of Beat Me in a Battle, You Get My Pokemon. And Cherry does have a pretty demonic team here of a lot of the current top meta threats for Regulation H. So let me think here. The Among Us is a problem. Um, Let's do this, and then this, I think. And then have this, and this in the back. I sent a message. Let me check Showdown to see how many messages we have. Yep, I got the GG Plays one. Alright, GG Plays is next in the queue after Cherry. And we're on the right... God, I have to check so many screens now. And I have to play the game. That team's giving me Gen 7 vibes. I don't know why. I mean, it does have an Incineroar. We also will probably get rid of the queue after, like, some people leave. But so if you stay around for long enough, you'll definitely get to battle. Okay, this is kind of the lead that I wanted to see. It depends on whether or not I think that Amogus is faster than Blastoise here, but I want my Iron Defense. I think, like, every time. Amogus actually protects on this turn, which I think I'm fine with. Garchomp goes for Dragon Claw into Blastoise, which shows quite a bit of chip. Blastoise gets off the ID, though. I run a Terrastellar Blastoise. That's quite a ballsy Blastoise. If this Moongus is not interested in redirecting me, am I interested in hitting it? I think the answer is always yes. Might really regret this play if they Terra Water Amoonguss. Are they Terra Watering Amoonguss? Should I have Body Pressed Amoonguss? Should I have Body Pressed Amoonguss? Oh, no, it's actually Fairy Amoonguss. Okay. Still not great, but kind of different now. Blastoise at least gets to protect. Garchomp Dragon Claws into the slot. Does not get it. Oliver gets the Hurricane off. Does some decent damage to Amoonguss, and Amoonguss gets the Spore into Pelipper. Blastoise gets some Rain Dish. And some lefties. I am fine doing this. Amogus is gonna be withdrawn here, but for who? Goldango. Okay, I like seeing Goldango here. Dragon Claw comes down to Pelipper. Pelipper actually maybe takes it. What do we miss? Okay, missing the Garchomp is not the worst thing in the world. Kinda thought that would do more to Goldango and Rain, though. Blastoise getting up more health. Steel Terra-type, my bad. I get it. Steel was the one from the Terra raid. We just click. Goldango might be Specs Thunderbolt here, and if it's Specs Thunderbolt, I kind of want to know. Because that would really sucks. How much could Specs Thunderbolt really do to the Blastoise, though? Dragon Claw comes down to Archaludon. Archaludon takes it pretty okay. What does Goldango do? Goes for a nasty Ply. Okay. Blastoise gets off Muddy Water. Does accuracy drop the Goldango, which might be big. But they're never going to use Earthquake while Archaludon is on the field. But I think I feel fine Electroshotting and protecting Blastoise this turn. Because even if they attack a Archaludon, there is a chance that it misses. Blastoise protects. And what happens? Garchomp does go for the Stomping Tantrum. Archaludon takes it pretty okay. Gets another Stamina. Gets the Electroshot before Goldango. Gets special attack increase. And, okay, that's able to pick off Goldango. What battle background do you think the next battle will be? I think Terrarium? I have no clue. Could be any of them, really. Okay, now we have Sneasler coming in. And... did my reign end? Yeah, my reign ended. I'm fine having Archaludon just take both hits here if it means that it's going to double Archaludon. And we're just going to Flash Cannon Sneasler and get up another Iron Defense with Blastoise. They Dark Claw Blastoise, maybe hoping for a sleep. They don't get a sleep. Stomping Tantrum Archaludon. Archaludon takes it. Flash Cannon does big damage to Sneasler. Blastoise gets off another Iron Defense. And what do I want to do this turn? I can either just let Archaludon die to sack it to either or. And then I bring a Pelipper next turn for free, or I swap Pelipper now and give Garchomp. I think I just Flash Cannon now and Muddy Water now. Oh, Sneasler is coaching for the Garchomp. Garchomp goes for Stomping Tantrum, and that will pick up KO into Archaludon. Now we're going to get Muddy Water. It's both targets. Does not manage to pick up KO on either. Does manage to accuracy drop the Sneasler, though. I think we bring in Pelipper just for the rain. Like, we don't need Pelipper to do anything at this point. We just need Pelipper for the rain. It wakes up, but the Muddy Water is landing and does help things. With Drew Sneasler here, perhaps wanting to preserve a fake out for later. Mungus comes in with some regenerator health, gets the Stomping Tantrum into Blastoise. Blastoise takes it pretty okay. Blastoise gets off Muddy Water. Pelipper actually wakes up and gets to Hurricane Garchomp. That's big. Blastoise gets off Rain Dish. Gets off the leftovers. Does the battle code stay the same every battle? No, I'll change it in between each person. I think we just double protect here in order to catch a fake out. Sneasler goes for protect itself. What, we saw Dire Claw coaching protect. Did we see Sneasler's other move? I don't think so. It's probably CC. I also didn't get to see Sneasler's item, which means it's could be still either Focus Sash or like a White Herb or something crazy. But I think we just click the Hurricane into Sneasler and then we Muddy Water. Because they can either Dire Claw me here, which can sleep, but if they Poison or Para me, it means that they can't put Blastoise to sleep for the rest of the game. Sneasler goes for the double protect, but it fails it. Blastoise gets the Muddy Water. That's going to KO Sneasler. Get the Hurricane damage. Confuses Among Us. Although Among Us gets to Num 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 its berry. He gets to Spore into Blastoise here. Yesterday, I KO'd a Torkoal and Porygon 2 in one turn with Typhlosion's Eruption. Yeah, Typhlosion's Eruption is very, very powerful. I think we Hurricane here and Muddy Water here. Alright, opponent decides to forfeit. Drought plus Life Orb plus the Stab boost plus the Helping Band boost is a Super Eruption, basically. Not much in the game that can afford to take it. Alright, I'm not going to bother hiding screen. I'm just going to pick... let's go with these guys. Okay, same team as last time, except we don't have a Blastoise to tank physical hits. This team doesn't struggle as much with Among Us, because we have Overcoat Kamo-O. But everything else on this team is, like, good into Kamo-O, though. Also, set up Kamo-O doesn't beat Goldango. Like, we could do perhaps Flutter Kamo, and then really just try to nuke the Amoonguss on turn 1. Because Flutter threatens an Icy Wind into Garchomp, who would maybe then be slower than Kamo. I don't think I can bet on it, though. 170 speed, cut down to 2/3, would be slower than Kamo, because 120 speed is what Kamo is, and that goes up to 180. So cutting Garchomp's speed down. I've been talking to her too long. Let's just do this, and this, and hope everything turns out okay. Oh, the Garchomp might be Clamulate, though. If the Garchomp is Clamulate, then that entire Icy Wind play is out of left field. Okay, we see Goldango, and we see Incineroar. I think I am fine swapping Indeedee and going for the Aura Sphere into Incineroar. Or I could Clanging Soul. Yeah, I could Clang. I feel like they're gonna make it rain. I could Terra Steel, Clang, Scales. Was that really gamey though? Yeah, I think I'm trying to try and not overthink it. Hopefully this upcoming Make It Rain just doesn't do too much damage to Kamo. Battlefield got weird. We're gonna see an opposing Terra. Is it Terra Steel Goldango or Terra Nor? It's Goldango, but what is Goldango doing? It's Terra Watering. Okay. Well, now I kind of wish I Clang Scales because now Kamo can be Goldango. The Aura Sphere Incineroar. That does a lot of damage to it. Goldango goes for the Make It Rain. Unfortunately, we did not catch a Fake Out on Incineroar, but what does Incineroar do anyways? Parting Shots, okay. What is it? If it Parting Shots to Garchomp, we are actually in a really bad spot here. Man, that first turn would have been so much better if I just protected Fluttermane. I wanted to catch the Fake Out, though, but fine, read that. Yeah, now it's Garchomp. Okay. In this case, I think we just protect Indeedee and try to get off the Clang Scales. Goldango protects. Probably because they're Earthquaking with Garchomp? Okay. I don't think Kamo lives this. Oh, it does, though! Oh, that's big. Big Kamo hit coming in here. Yeah, I'll take that. Okay, now... Dazzling Gleam might actually pick off Garchomp here. I've already done a lot of damage to Incineroar. I think I am fine going for the Dazzling Gleam here and just losing Kamo. Because it's not really worth it to try and go for the double protect. Dragon Claw does not get Indeedee. Oh, you have Clank Scales. I mean, Goldango is going to make it rain. We do crit to Goldango, which is kind of nice. But they're going to take both of our fellas here. It usually gets Dazzling Gleam before Goldango. At least does more chip into it. We still have the terrain for a few more turns at least. Wait, so I won't be able to battle you because Pokemon Showdown website doesn't work? I mean, what? How is the Pokemon website not working right now? First of all, it should be working. Second of all, I did say that we would get rid of the queue later on. So you can still battle. It's just not going to be immediate. Also, now Sneasler's here. I think I had Dazzling Gleam both. Or... yeah, actually, I think I had Dazzling Gleam both. And then I have to do this. Only go use Protect on this turn. Flurman gets off the Dazzling Gleam. Sneeze like Dire Claws into Exeggutor. Exeggutor, please do not fall asleep. Good job, Exeggutor. That should be game. I mean, it depends how much damage Incineroar takes from the D-Gleam, but I think Incineroar's only way of KOing Flurman fast enough is with a Flare Blitz. Dazzling Gleam does not pick up KO on Incineroar, but it does manage to pick up KO on Goldango. Exeggutor gets off Terra Blast. Could I have... I guess I could have brought Incineroar in the Exeggutor slot instead. And then I would have had an immunity to close combat. Yeah, I guess Incineroar would have been better there. But GG's, GG's. I'm so confused about how to use it. Basically, there's a website called Pokemon Showdown. You make a name in the top right corner with, like, change name, and then you type in that you want to find a user, and then you find Treehugger555, which is the temporarily account that I'm using to collect names, who is only Cherry and GG Plays at this time. So far, at least, but... we didn't use the Sand team, right? Yeah, we just did Rain and Sun. So now it's Sand. And then you type in that you want to battle. And then I send you the link code whenever it's your turn. Darkclaw, you failed me? I mean, it happens 50% of the time, and you only get to sleep 1/3 of that 50%. So there is a universe where that game went crazy because of the Direclaw sleep. However, you would also have to, like, take you'd have to Direclaw Fluttermane, because Fluttermane with Dazzling Gleam, take out Goldango, or Chip Incineroar, depending on what you decide to swap in. And then Exeggutor would still have time to wake up, because it would depend on how long Incineroar takes to KO it. Or you close combat Exeggutor just to get rid of it, but then Incineroar still has to deal with Fluttermane, because I get another Dazzling Gleam in. And you close combat yourself No, but never mind. My dazzling gleam goes before your close combat. How do I play this game anymore? I don't even know how to play this game. What do we do? I really don't know what to do here. Because, like, Make It Rain just destroys Hatterene, and Earthquake destroys Hatterene if I go for the Terrifier. So that is just not an option right away. I think we do Arcanine at Primarina, and then Goldango and Tyranitar, and I hope that Garchomp doesn't absolutely bust my nuts here, because I feel like it's going to do that. But I'll stick around for as long as people are willing to stick around and do battles. Unless, like, it gets kind of to the point where it's kind of repetitive. But as long as anybody who has not gotten to battle wants to battle, then I will battle, is basically what I'll say. Okay, Porygon and Sneasler were not on my bingo card for this one. Do I just, like... I think I just do that. Get Tyranitar here for our Sand, for our Spadef boost, for maybe the Porygon, if Porygon is, like, Terra fighting. We get our Psychic Fangs off first, though, which brings Sneasler down to its Sash. Sneasler gets the Dark Claw onto Tyranitar. And we see one of those magical 50% happen, where Tyranitar gets the Paralysis. And Terra Blast comes down to Tyranitar, but Tyranitar resists it, and we have Sand Boost. But Sneasler, even though it is Focus Sash, is going to get taken by the Sand Chip, which is absolutely wonderful. We no longer have to deal with any more of that thing's variants. The problem is the Pokemon that comes in after Sneasler. Oh, it's Goldango. Okay. That's a little bit more dealable, I feel like. Do I need Arcanine for anything? I feel like the answer is no, but I also don't want to keep... Like, Arcanine can be Goldango, but I don't know if I want to lose Rillaboom quite yet. I think I swap Rillaboom every time here, and try to knock off Porygon 2. Because I want to say with Sand Boost, we take whatever the Goldango throws at us. And if the Goldango sets up for itself... Porygon might Trick Room, though. I shouldn't Trick Room with Tyranitar, especially with Tyranitar paralyzed. It means that Tyranitar will still underspeed the Goldango, so we can create a scenario where we bring Arcanine back in for the Flare Blitz for the Goldango. Unless the Goldango decides to use its Terra Water, in which case we need Rillaboom, but I'm okay with Rillaboom coming in here to maybe do some damage. We are going to see a Terra from the opponent. Is this Terra fighting Porygon? No, it's Goldango going there, Terra Water. Interesting. Goldango goes for the nasty plot here. Okay, Tyranitar gets the knockoff into Porygon 2, which is big. And what does Porygon 2 do? Okay, it sets up its Trick Room. I am fine with that. Everything takes Sand Chip except for Tyranitar. It only takes Grassy Recovery. Theoretically, Rillaboom should be fine. Unless Porygon 2, like, Ice Beam freezes us. I really don't know how slow this Goldango is, though. I think a Rock Slide, because with the Paralysis, I might underspeed the Porygon 2. Okay, Porygon 2 actually leaves. And who's coming in? It is in fact Incineroar. Their amulet negates that Intimidate. Tyranitar couldn't move because paralyzed, which is fair enough. Gholdengo, gets his Mega Ran first. Does kill Tyranitar, but Rillaboom lives, which is the big one that we needed. Rillaboom gets off the Wood Hammer here, and that is going to clap Gholdengo. In hindsight, I probably should have knocked off the Gholdengo, because then Rillaboom would have a little bit more wiggle room to live that Make It Rain, but I'm fine with the way it played out. Because now they only have their non-Eviolite Porygon 2 in the back, and Incineroar, who is about to be intimidated by my Arcanine. Porygon gets an attack boost off its download. Let's go, Porygon 2. Countering the Intimidate one step at a time. Is there like a physical attacking download Pokemon? I don't think there is. Just because I think download is only Porygon 2's ability. Or the Porygon line's ability. I think I Rock Slide both, and I Hyper Voice both. And I hope Porygon 2 isn't something crazy. Oh, I guess Incineroar gets a Fake Out, doesn't it? I should have protected with Primarina. Incineroar goes for Flare Blitz into the Water type. Does a little bit of damage to itself. Porygon 2 goes for the Recover. Arcanine misses Rock Slide into the one that probably doesn't matter. So now that we've gotten rid of Incineroar, we should be good, because even if the Porygon 2 wants to Recover Stall us, our Hyper Voice is now single target, because Incineroar is gone, so it'll do more damage to Porygon 2. Tries to go for the perhaps Ice Beam Freeze route. Doesn't get the crit, which is less likely to happen. Hyper Voice does that much damage because of the single target, and Rock Slide finishes off the KO. I guess Incineroar own it. One of the most buffed competitive Pokemon out there. I mean, he is a swole guy, I'll give him that much. Ran out of time sobbing. Oh well, GG's. Yeah, GG's, Cherry. Alright, well, now I'm gonna hide screen for a sec. They changed the link code for GG Plays. And let's make it that. And I'm gonna send it to GG Plays now. 8, 2, 2, 1. I delete Cherry's thing to take Cherry out of the queue. And now that's gone over to GG Plays, I'm going to start searching for a double battle. I don't want to call it for certain, but I feel like that was like the first Sneasler we've had during the Beat Me, You Take My Pokemon, which is pretty exciting. Always breaking new ground over here. having new battles, even if I'm using the same Pokemon over and over again. To be fair, though, that was a really nice Blastoise endgame for that first game. I liked it a lot. We don't get to use, like 90% of the time, it's like our Caledon endgame with maybe like Scizor cleanup. But every once in a while, we get a nice Blastoise endgame. And I really enjoy those. GG Plays, are you there? Did I type in the code incorrectly? I don't think so. GG Plays doesn't accept it on this next roundabout. I'm just going to make the code public. And ditch the queue. Oh, well, I said I was going to make... Alright. Code's public now. Whoever grabs it first grabs it. Just waiting for stream to catch up. Stream is caught up basically now. That's what it looks like. It says they haven't dropped any frames since I went down to 20 frames per second. So I feel like that's good. Oh, right as I say that, my Twitch live stream is telling me that I'm unstable now. Maybe you're the unstable one. Did you ever think about that? On Twitch? Alright, we've got a new opponent. And it's gonna be... Is it the same Isaiah we had as before? That's you? Oh, well, it looks like we have two Isaiahs then. Blue Monkid is also an Isaiah, just like Stormtrooper was. Alright, well, since this is your first battle, you have to win all three in order to get a Pokemon, but after that you only have to win two in every attempt after this one. So let me give you a sec while I hide team. And we're going to start with this team. Okay, seems like we've got quite a bit of guys here. Is this gonna be Garganacl's Umbreon Toxic Stall? Ay, caramba. Actually don't know how I overpower this other than, like, Terra Steel combo, but even then, combo is gonna get Slump Cured. I think I do this and this. No, Garganacl might have Wide Guard. I don't know. This might not be something worth reading too deeply into. Maybe I should just rip the Fluttered Torkoal. And then have Kamo and Incineroar in the back. I think that's what we do. Hopefully I'll do better in Regulation G. I mean, whenever it comes around again. Also, I don't know if you can hear that clicking sound, but my laptop has started clicking today whenever I move it, which kind of nervous, makes me feel nervous. Those are magnets, so there's a magneton in my field right now. There's a magneton. I'm kind of afraid of the magneton. I'm just going to protect and then click Earth Power into it and then see what happens. Villager's going to click that Heat Wave. Do some damage in the Torkoal. The Magneton gets up a light screen. Well, now I kind of wish I wasn't afraid of the Magneton. Magneton gets brought down to Sturdy. Dang, if only Torkoal was faster. Even though Torkoal is made to be min speed. Am I still afraid of the Magneton? I can not really. I'm gonna go for the Heat Wave. Shadow Ball probably... Oh, that does more damage than I thought it would. Is that crit? What? That's behind the light screen? How does it do that much? Oh, Fluttermane also dodges it, which means I get to retain my Focus Sash. The Heat Wave plus Flash Cannon would have done enough to KO Fluttermane there anyways. What could this Magneton be doing? I don't know. I mean, it set up a light screen, which was pretty neat, but... Unfortunately, it's Flash Cannon, even though it was into a Fairy-type Pokemon. It just did not do enough. I'm back. Well, welcome back, GG Plays. We decided to ditch the Q system. Alright, now we have a Garganacl. Now we have Umbreon. I might be overthinking things. It might not be, like, This might not be, like, an overly complex Umbreon Garganacl. It is possible that it is, though. And that's, like, the worst timeline. They both can't be leftovers, though, is the thing. I want to see if Garganacl wide guards. We do see a Terra from the opponent. And what do? They decide to tear their Umbreon into Dark. Okay. That's fine by me. I had to do something. Can I go next? Unfortunately, we're just going to put it back to being first come, first serve. Okay, Fluttermane catches the Dark Pulse, and what does... Oh, Garganacl goes for the Mud Shot. That is wonderful. It's Dazzling, and... knock off the... What do I have in the back again? Sorry, I have you. Yeah, I think I always Dazzling Gleam here, and then knock off the Umbreon. Light Screen at least does some chip to both. Umbreon's gonna get the Dark Pulse into Incineroar. Interesting choice there. You get knocked off into Umbreon. That gets rid of Umbreon's X defense. Did not have that one on my bingo card. Hammer-Arm comes down to Incineroar, but doesn't do too much damage. Okay, knock off Garganacl here. Terra Poison Black Sludge. That was something that was in the back of my mind. Circulate Flutter. Knock off Garg. Garg loses its accuracy. And Incineroar takes the Hammer Arm, and that should be GG. Incineroar eats its Agua Berry. Getting up to basically like one above full health there. Harsh Sunlight fades, so now everything is slow. Like, Sorry, light screen also wears off. But this should be okay. But GG's, GG's. You're still welcome to do the other 2 battles if you would like, Blue Kit. But unfortunately, you just can't get a Pokemon in this attempt. Don't worry, nobody's ever won this on the first try before. Oh, looks like they decided to give up. Well, I'll count that as the first attempt anyways. Why did I not think of using X items in VGC? Shaking my head, because they don't work. They don't do nothing. You're much better off if you're holding an item like a leftovers. Or a choice band is a fun one, for example. But the X items don't do anything in competitive battles. In the same way that if you give your Pokemon a potion, they don't do nothing. Not that you don't know that, Cherry. I'm just explaining it for anybody who might not know that. Alright, who do we got now? Alright, we got GG Plays returning to the field. Back at it again. Why are my Discord notifications blowing up? Oh, because it's Tommy Tuesday. Let's do... You know, let's just start out with this team. GG Plays almost managed to beat this team last time. Let's see if they have had any team improvements to improve the matchup. Found another rental that looks interesting. Worth giving a shot. Okay, we got a bunch of Pokemon here. I think I just do this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then we wait and see what happens. I changed this team, well, hopefully it's for the better. It really stink if you changed it for the worse. I miss Ogerpon, chat. I do not miss Ogerpon. I don't think Ogerpon is like the worst thing in the world, but it's so nice to not have to like worry about a Pokemon that terastallizes and then gains like a plus in attack. And like just base ignores abilities. Alright, we have Delphox and we have Urshifu. Now last time that we did this, they didn't actually exert like any pressure into Hatterene. Is it, like, worth it for me just to follow me in Expanding Force here? It's like, what's really the downside of me doing that if their Urshifu's gonna Focus Punch? Delphox goes for the Fire Blast. Irony gets off the Expanding Force. It does damage to Delphox and KOs Urshifu. She's so cool. I mean, Ogerpon is cool. By all means. I just don't really want to deal with it in my format where I got my Indeedee and my Hatterene, and then I click moves. Okay, I'm gonna follow me, and I'm gonna get my room now. That was my first online Pokemon battle. Did I do good for the first time? I think you had some good ideas. I think your Pokemon move, pool, and item choice could be a little bit better, though. Because we saw that you had X items on your Pokemon, and those don't do anything. Delphox goes for Will-O-Wisp, but it whiffs the Will-O-Wisp. Or like Will-O-Wisp. Gets the Body Slam into Indeedee, picks up the Para into Indeedee. And Hatterene at least gets off the Trick Room. I'm fine. Actually, no, I'm not fine. But I'm going to... I'm going to Expanding Force anyways. We're going to redirect an Expanding Force into Delphox and Goodra. You take a look at websites like LabMouse or Pikalytics to help selecting items for your Pokemon. X items do not work as a held item. Yeah. Those are just like easy mode items to help you through the game. They don't work in competitive battles. Alright, is Houndstone going to have that mythical 1 in 8 chance to activate again and really change the flow of the battle? Or is Indeedee going to redirect it and not get paralyzed here? The answer is, I really hope Indeedee's not going to get paralyzed here. Opponent goes for their Terra. Is in effect a Terra on Houndstone into the Terra Ghost. Indeedee gets up to follow me. So even if Quick Claw activates, we could have redirected it this turn. But we get good Expanding Force into both. It's so much Expanding Force that it's actually able to pick up Grimmsnarl here. Or not Grimmsnarl, Houndstone. Indeedee takes the Body Slam. Goodra's gonna get to recover a bit of HP with his lefties. And I think I always Helping Hand and Gleam here. Because unless it's like infinite Paraflinch, we should be fine with both Tyranitar and what's his face? Primarina in the back. I had moves, and if they worked, I would be good to go. Well, I don't know what moves you had, but... that is going to be an unfortunate GG for GG plays there. But you just got to win the next two, or show enough competitive battling skill in either one of them to get a Pokemon. Also, we got Cherry Lemon. Follow me over on Twitch. Thanks a lot, Cherry. I appreciate it. Alright, let's grab these guys. Okay, so this is the fire guys that GG plays bring sometimes. I feel like I fought this specific team using this team numerous times, but I can't remember exactly what I do every time. Like, I kind of need Fluttermane to beat Annihilate and perhaps Raging Bolt safely. I think I do this and this. And then we do this guy and this guy. And hopefully that works out. Umbreon with the Clever Feather, Magnemite with leftovers, Garganacl with the Hard Stone. Well, at least Garganacl, the Hard Stone at least increases your Rock type damage, and the leftovers means that Magnemite gets some health back at the end of every turn. But Clever Feather doesn't do anything on Umbreon. Oh, we got Raging Bolt and Annihilate, the two Pokemon that I need to be using my Fluttermane. How convenient. I feel like one of them Terras, so I'm gonna follow me with Indeedee. Then why is Umbreon holding the Clever Feather? Not every item that you can give your Pokemon benefits them. It's just some items are just holdable items because you can either get that item whenever you catch a Pokemon, or you could give that item to a friend if you trade them that Pokemon. But there's a lot of items in the game that don't actually do anything when you give them to your Pokemon. Alright, Terra Fairy, Dazzling Gleam nearly claps both. Assurance does do some damage into Indeedee. And Dragon Pulse comes out into Indeedee. Not able to pick up KO there, but Raging Bolt loses all of its health because of its life, or the rest of its health because of its life orb. As now we see somebody the Gourmet coming in. Ah, it is Cinderace. I think I'm just gonna Dazzling Gleam to take out the Annihilate, and then follow me with Indeedee for whatever Cinderace does. Man, if I had a Helping Hand that Dazzling Gleam, I would have cleared the field anyways. Ah, well. It's always possible something could have Terra'd into not being weak to the Gleam, and then I would be in a much worse spot. Cinderace transformed into the Bounce type, and it bounced. As now we got Hisuigui on the field. And I think the best thing that I can do is Shadow Ball Gudra and follow me here. I'll look at my stuff real quick to see what I have. You want to look for items that specifically say that they do things. Gudra going Terra Steel here. Indeedee gonna redirect an attack with Follow Me. Fluttermane gets off the Shadow Ball first. Big Terra Stellar attack coming out. Does lure Gudra Spadef, which is handy. Gets the bounce into Indeedee. Goodra tries to go for Body Slam into a Ghost type, but unfortunately it does not happen. What do I think I bring in here? I think I bring Kamo-O. Is there more than one for Umbreon? Sure, Umbreon could hold a multitude of items. You could do... you could give it like a Black Glasses is like a dark boosting damage item for Umbreon. You can also give Umbreon a Life Orb if you want to increase its damage. You could give Umbreon a Covert Cloak. Oh, Cinderace lived. He bounced, though. Orsphere's gonna get Goodra. And I can protect here to guarantee not take the bounce and swap in Torkoal for if it attacks Kamo, it takes the Rocky Helmet damage and dies. The read, I mean, I wouldn't call this a read necessarily. It's kind of something that's guaranteed to happen. But GG's, GG's. Alright, I'm gonna pick... what team let's do the rain team. Rain team good. Okay, seems to be the Houndstone team again. How do I beat the Houndstone team? I mean, this team has beaten this team before. Houndstone team has beaten the Rain team. After like 5 pair of flinches in a row. So maybe they'll do it again. But I think my best lead is Helper Grimmsnarl. And then Archaludon and Blastoise at the back. My moves have to work. I mean, you've got no time to question your moves. I don't remember the rest of that Pokemon intro. Do you want to be the very best? GG plays. Wait, what is... No time to question my moves. Okay, we have a Hexorus and we have a Delphox. I think I click Weather Ball into the Delphox, and I think I click reflect? Nah, probably light screen. Ah, here we go. No time to question your moves, GG plays. You have to stick to the path that you choose. Me and your friends are gonna do it right. You'll never see you run away from a fight. To be a master is your dream, and all you've got to do is believe. And I believe. So Weather Ball took the Delphox there, but Haxorus got to do a thing. And now Urshifu is here. I think we click Hurricane and we click Thunder. Oh, I got Encore. Oh, that's nifty. I think I'm bringing Blastoise here. Urshifu trying to go for that Focus Punch. Haxorus goes for the Crunch. Ulber gets off the Hurricane. Nabs Urshifu. Now Houndstone is on the field, and it has proven itself to be fluffy in the past. This Houndstone has, like, super critted me before, but I think it's always best to set Iron Defense here with Blastoise for when it doesn't do that. Did you like the Encore? I did. I did like the Encore. I feel bad I wasn't paying attention to it, but that was a great Encore, GG plays. Haxorus goes for the Breaking Swipe. She's going to lower Pelipper's attack and Blastoise's attack, but that shouldn't matter for each. Last Specs comes out. We are behind a Reflect. But that's not a crit into Blastoise? Oh no, we're behind a light screen. I'm so stupid. I forgot. I thought the wrong one. That's a bit of a pickle. I actually should not have done that with Blastoise. I should have swapped back into Grimmsnarl and gotten up the, should have gotten up the Reflect. Haxorus goes for the Breaking Swipe again. Doesn't affect Grimmsnarl, because Grimmsnarl is a Fairy type. Houndstone is maybe confused here. Unfortunately, Houndstone hits itself in confusion. I'm going to Thunderwave the Houndstone and just click Muddy Water, because I actually don't need Blastoise. We gotta run close combat over Focus Punch. Yeah, that's one change I would definitely recommend. The focus punch is pretty. It worked the first time because I wasn't expecting it, but now that I know to expect it, it's not gonna work out as often. Blastoise gets off Muddy Water, misses Houndstone, who is the Pokemon who needs to dodge it. Houndstone, unfortunately, is still confused. It doesn't get off the last respects, though. And we'll be able to take Blastoise off the field. Now the rain stops. My Houndstone has one job and it hits itself. That is unfortunate. Let's get up our Reflect, and... Actually, doesn't Haxorus move before Pelipper does? I think it benefits me to Wide Guard here. No, it doesn't. I'm gonna go for the Spirit Break and protect Pelipper. Haxorus goes for the Crunch into Pelipper. Urshifu gets off Spirit Break. Brings Houndstone pretty low. Unfortunately, we lost each other. Houndstone is still confused. It manages to get off a Lick, though. Lick's Grimmsnarl for some damage. Well, I don't know if that was a purposeful disconnect or not, but either way, we lost each other. Is my water full? It's like half full. I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. Bow, bow, bow. Catching them is my real test. To train them is my cause. Down and now. Classic. My switch turned off. That is unfortunate. I think that battle was pretty wrapped up, though, because on the next turn I would use Grimmsnarl to Spirit Break Houndstone again, and then I would swap in Archaludon, and then Archaludon would take the Haxorus damage, get a defense boost. Houndstone would go down unless it's Quick Claw procs, but even then I don't think it can take out Grimmsnarl with the last respects. So that game seemed pretty wrapped up. Alright, searching now. That stream's probably caught up. How is OBS doing over there? It's telling me we dropped 38 frames somewhere, but hopefully that's not a problem. I know the rest, but the thing only lets me type so much. Don't worry, I wasn't going to do the rest of it, but I get the idea. Alright, we've Cherry back at it again. Let me hide team. For bureaucratic reasons. And I'm gonna pick this team, I think. Okay, okay. It's the Executor Sun team from... Actually, no, this one has Hisuian Zoroark. The team that I'm thinking of didn't have a Hisuian Zoroark on it, but it did have Executor. Well, now what do? I mean, I guess I have Flutter Mane. And Flutter Mane, in a sense, kind of trivializes the matchup, because I can do this and then this. And that covers for a lot. And then... who else do I need? I think I need you. And I think I need you. I knew you would not notice the encore because of the song. I mean, that was a good strategy. Distract me with singing the Pokemon theme song while I was... or I guess I was distracting myself, but... it was a good strategy. I like the classics more than the new ones. I haven't really listened to the new ones. I did like the one New Horizons one. How does it go? It's like the I'm trying to think of how it starts. Maybe I don't like it that much because I can't think about how it starts. Okay, if this is Terra Fairy in DD, we're very quickly up a creek without a paddle, but I currently have Ursaluna Intimidated, so it only benefits them to try and Trick Room within DD right now. If they get up the Trick Room, though, that's when things start to change. Because they very well may just, like, Terra Fairy in DD here. I think they're Terra Fairying there in DD here. Oh no, they're tearing their Ursaluna. Whoa, wait, hold on. Big plays are being made. Flutter gets off the Dazzling. Knockoff comes out. Oh, that actually does way less into DD than I thought it would. Wait, I think I'm actually kind of cooked here. How does it do so much without guts while being intimidated? Yeah, I think I'm cooked here. I think I just lose. Because now I do Trick Rooms. Zoroark. I did not think about Zoroark. There could have been Zoroark here, but I wasn't too afraid of it. Helping Hand comes out. Helping Hand Earthquake. Knocks out their own in DD. Knocks out my Incineroar, but Flutter Mane goes down to its Sash. Dazzling Gleam does not quite enough. I don't give my Zoroark that much battle time because you kill it immediately or find it out immediately. Yeah, I mean, that is one of the downsides of Zoroark, is it's got to have some good teammates to really threaten some positions. Otherwise, it's just kind of a really frail piece. I actually had to fight an Hisuian Zoroark over the weekend. We do this little thing at college where we battle other colleges. And my opponent was using Hisuian Zoroark. I think I double protect them out here. And I immediately led Male and Didi and clicked Expanding Force into their King Gambit and their Electabuzz, and their King Gambit was Hisuian Zoroark, so I immediately clapped the Hisuian Zoroark. Okay, Gallade goes for Wide Guard. That's good to know. Goes for Earthquake, so it doesn't hit itself with Wide Guard. Who's last? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. That lived? I mean, I guess I can do this, and then I can do this. Wait, there are school Pokemon battles at college? Yeah, it's called CVL. It's run by some of the people who run like actual Pokemon regionals. And basically, we're on a team and we battle other colleges. It's pretty epic. I actually won the very first year of CVL with my college. How many turns of the room do we have left? A singular turn. Phenomenal. Flutter, Main, Protect. Torkoal probably don't matter at this point. Torkoal also going to Protect, though. Your Ursaluna lived on 1. Yeah, that's why you invest your HP into the right places, kids. Their Torkoal goes for Eruption. They go for Sacred Sword into my Torkoal. Just dimensions return to normal. Weirdness disappears from the battlefield. So what it would look like would happen is that I Dazzling Gleam, but I'm actually going to Shadow Ball the Torkoal and Heat Wave here. We have Kamo in the back. I mainly want to make sure... What the hell? Is this like Iron Ball Gallade? Oh, it went for Trick Room. That's what it did. That makes sense. But now we just click Aura Sphere and we click Earth Power. Really hope that would have worked. I mean, if I missed the Heat Wave, you would have gotten up the Trick Room, but I don't think you have a spread move on Gallade that could deal with both my Kamo and my Torkoal. But GG's, GG's. What saddens me is that we both had Exeggutor, but we didn't get to bring Exeggutor. Because I think we were both afraid of each other's Exeggutors, like, interacting in weird ways. Alright, I'm not gonna bother hiding team. I'm just gonna bring
these guys. Meant the turn one mainly. I mean, the turn one did work. You did get up the Trick Room. It's just that Ursaluna took like a lot of damage, and on the turn one, if you attacked into Flutter Mane on turn one, then you would have gotten the Sash, and you would have been able to KO it, which means that I wouldn't have Dazzling Gleamed you back. It is crazy though that Incineroar would live that first Headlong Rush, or no, the Headlong Rush did way more damage than I expected it to because you weren't Guts yet, and I had intimidated you. Like that did a lot. Seems to be the same team as last time. I really struggle to actually get up Trick Room here, and I also lose the Trick Room more. So we're doing great on that front. I think I do this, and then I do this, and then I do... Actually, I think I do this, and then I do this, and then I do this. I was really hoping to kill Incineroar there. It would have been crazy if you did, because I would totally not expected it. But thankfully the Intimidate was enough to keep the bear down. Alright, we got eggs. So I can either... I don't know what to do with Tyrant or with Arcanine here, because it's possible Torkoal has Earth Power for Arcanine, and if I lose Arcanine, we are really down bad. Into like Ursaluna in the back, perhaps. So I could Rock Slide. They could also be swapping in Indeedee here. I'm gonna Flare Blitz that, and then swap in Tyranitar to get rid of their son. And then with the Spadef buff and the fact that if Torkoal goes for Earth Power, it's not Stab, I think Arcanine will still live the Earth Power. Hi, Butterfly77, how you doing? Torkoal protects this turn. We get the Flare Blitz into Exeggutor. Exeggutor is perhaps a Focus Sash. What does the Exeggutor do? Goes for Energy Ball. Okay. Whoa! Oh, that's a crit. That's why I did so much. At least we get to take Exeggutor, but we do take a lot of damage on our Tyranitar there. Get the chip Torkoal for whatever that's worth, but now it comes in to replace Exeggutor. Because if it's Ursaluna, things get a little funky. Because I feel like this Ursaluna... Actually, it probably doesn't outspeed my Tyranitar. That outspeeds my Tyranitar, though. I could rip this. I don't think I've ever used it, but I could rip it. The Terra Psychic. Let's Flare Blitz and... Am I really... I mean... How much does the sun benefit them now that Tyranitar is gone? Or now that Exeggutor is gone? I feel like not a lot. Am I fine if Tyranitar dies? Hell yeah. Flare comes out, nearly picks up KO into Gallade there. Gets the Sacred Sword into Tyranitar just fine. And what does Torkoal do? Weather Balls. That's going to be super effective. And then I'll take Arcanine. That's why we have you, and why we have you. We still have a Pokemon in the back that we haven't seen yet, but if it's Indeedee, they get terrain control. If it's Ursaluna, we clap that with hopefully both of our super good damage moves here. If it's Zoroark, I guess I didn't really think about Zoroark being on the field there. I'm gonna try and Grassy Glide this, and then Hyper Voice the Torkoal. Oh, I guess I could have used my Terrifier there. Rillaboom might die now. That's very possible. If it's like overheating the Rillaboom, that would really stink here in just a sec. Okay, the Glade went for Wide Guard. Does that doesn't save you after death, does it? I can't remember. I feel like it does, actually. It does, in fact, save you after death. Well, Rillaboom probably gonna take a Fire type move here. Ow. Everybody gonna take Sand Chip. And then everybody gonna take Grassy Recovery. When you kept switching when we battled, it really knocked my game off balance. I mean, that's what you gotta do. You gotta position into favorable positions. Man, I really wish I ripped that Terrifier before, but I'm gonna do it now. Because I have no reason not to do it. You're doing tired but good, Butterfly 77? I'm kind of on the same wavelength as that. Ursaluna's gonna use its Terra Ghost here. And go for Protect. Ursaluna protects with Hyper Voice. We get Torkoal at least off the field. I love the fact that Cherry, me, and you have an Exeggutor is funny, mine being the Alola variant. That is true. We do all have an Exeggutors. He's a funny guy. Alright, this man's is now on fire. The Moonblast is more. Wait, no. I can't remember if Liquid Voice is actually an ability that increases the damage of the water type move. It probably doesn't matter though. Because that's how much damage the Wood Hammer does. I'm gonna try a Pokemon. Well, you heckin' try a Pokemon, GG plays. It's good to have a lot of Pokemon type diversity on a team. Because then you can deal with multiple threats. Like how on this team, I have 2 rock types and 2 psychic types. And 2 fire... No, I only have 1 fire type. But I have 2 fairy types on this team too. That's type diversity. It's not type diversity. It's just the Pokemon that are good with each other just so happen to overlap in types sometimes. But look at this team. We've got 2 water... you know what? Forget I said anything. Do people constantly switch out Pokemon only to be annoying, or does it help with the playstyle? It 100% helps with the playstyle. 1000%. A lot of Pokemon is positioning your Pokemon, knowing when you can afford to take a hit, and knowing when you can afford to not take a hit in a game is the biggest thing. Because if you have 2 Pokemon on the field that get absolutely destroyed by a Pokemon that's on the opposite side of the field, then you gotta switch so that your 2 Pokemon that would previously get destroyed could maybe destroy 2 of the other Pokemon that are currently not on the field of the opponent. It's all about the mind games. What do I do here? I feel like I bring Pelipper to lead, and then I see Hisui and Zoroark, and then Pelipper goes bye-bye. Realistically. I think I do Pelipper Blastoise, though, and then... I don't know. I guess Archaludon, Grims... This battle doesn't really matter, but... Why do I feel like Raichu actually helps me here? It doesn't. Raichu doesn't help me here. Sorry, Raichu. I gave Raichu a glimmer of hope. It's actually so important for some teams that Pokemon run moves like U-turn and Parting Shot to switch themselves out to get better positioning. Yeah, Parting Shot is a really strong move if you can get it on a Pokemon. Because not only do you get to switch out into a Pokemon that perhaps beats one of your opponent's Pokemon, you also get to weaken the damage that your opposing Pokemon does. This is not great. This Exeggutor has already shown me that it has Energy Ball, and they know that my Pelipper is Wide Guard. Let's try this. But the Exeggutor is Sash anyways. I'm partially counting on the idea that they swap in Torkoal here, but they swap in Torkoal, they still... my Hurricane has a 50% chance to hit, and then it's still prone to being Focus Sash, so, like, it's not great. We know that that's Indeedee, we don't know that that's Exeggutor. That is maybe Exeggutor? I'm actually more inclined to believe that that's Zoroark now. Indeedee gets to follow me. I am very inclined to believe that that is just Zoroark. We get Hurricane damage into Indeedee. Ah, it crits the Indeedee. That's a big crit. Big crit and a Confuse. Uh-oh. Okay, so now that the theoretical Zoroark has lowered its stats, I feel fine swapping in Archaludon here. Because if they have Exeggutor in the back, Exeggutor can't touch Archaludon. And now that they've lowered their own special attack with their Zoroark, I really don't see them doing too much to Archaludon in this next turn. That's so unlucky. It is, in fact, unlucky to get the crit confusion. There is a... Oh, they decided to swap out. That makes sense. And they swapped Torkoal here, which also makes sense. also withdraw Indeedee. Perhaps into the real Exeggutor. I mean, we get to confirm it there. Yeah, it's 100% Zoroark at the start. So this shouldn't be able to touch Archaludon. Do I want to try and get rid of Torkoal here, though, is the deal. So I swap in Pelipper. It's not gonna be pretty. What did I do? Did I protect with Blastoise last turn? I actually can't remember. Grinsnarl, go solve my life problems. Tries to land a Sleep Powder, but fortunately Archaludon dodges it. As you get the Snarl into both slots. Torkoal goes for the Eruption. Take it kind of fine, I guess, with both slots. Is the move Drowse? I think that's what it's called, where the Pokemon puts the other Pokemon to sleep, even helpful. Yawn is, I think, the move that you're thinking of, and Yawn is okay. It's not terrific, but it is okay. Like, some tankier Pokemon use Yawn to try and force other Pokemon off the field. I think I'm still fine with this. Right here. They're gonna sleep me, but I'll wake up eventually. Torkoal goes for Eruption again. Which is chipping Archaludon, but Archaludon will wake up. And now, because we used the Spirit Break on that turn, whenever they put Grimmsnarl to sleep, Grimmsnarl will get up the light screen and we'll have Spirit Breaked, instead of us going for the light screen and then falling asleep and taking a turn during the Spirit Break turn. Oh, they just decided to Energy Ball into Grimmsnarl, which is fine by me. Archaludon wakes up first turn. This one is not in the stars for Cherry here. I like the texture of Blastoise. Yeah, I thought they did really good with all of the, with all the Gen 1 starters, because Venusaur also had a really nice glow up. And so did Charizard's looked much more sharp in this game, which I liked a lot. Archaludon's just gonna fall asleep again. Unless I do the thing. And this battle doesn't matter, so I'm just gonna do the thing. Opponent decides to withdraw Torkoal. Going out into Indeedee. Perhaps. I can't remember how much damage I did to the Indeedee. Well, that's definitely Indeedee, because it's duh. Archaludon is now paralyzed. Which means that it cannot be put to sleep by Exeggutor. But unfortunately it also cannot move. As harsh sunlight fades. I think we just Spirit Break the Exeggutor. They withdraw Exeggutor. And in comes Torkoal, question mark. Do some Psychic Chip to Archaludon. We Spirit Break into Torkoal, question mark. Wow, that did a lot for a resisted hit. Whoa, who could have guessed? Archaludon gets the Snarl. Why does confusion have a chance to confuse? Come on, it's in the name 100% confuse, right? I mean, I guess it would make confusion slightly better. Do I have anything better to do other than just Spirit Break into the Torkoal? Because I think the answer is no. What's gonna get Indeedee? Torkoal goes for the Clear Smog, trying to maybe crit Grimmsnarl. Unfortunately, Torkoal is the one that needs to like Clear Smog itself. But now I see Exeggutor return to the field. And I am fine burning Pelipper here. Goes for the Sleep Powder into Torkoal. Okay. A little unexpected. I mean, at this point, I don't think there's anything that Exeggutor could have done. If it's like Energy Ball, Expanding Force, Sleep Powder, probably Ancient Power is what I guess what the last one would be on on Exeggutor. But that's a heckin' GG's. Oh wait, that's not. That's a really slow Exeggutor. Oh, maybe it's Trick Room in the last spot on the Exeggutor. Instead of a rock type attack. I think that was a set that was running around a while ago. Fourth move is Trick Room. Okay, I called it. I called it at least. But GG's, GG's. Alright, how long have we been going for? It's been nearly 3 hours. Oh, we got some side games talk. Oh, Cherry shared their Pogo account. Epic. This channel is Italian. This is the spoilers, and then has you know drastic hand movements. Yeah, I'm gonna write that as the joke. I will now proceed to lurk for the rest of the stream. I think we're pretty much done. It seems like everybody who's here has gotten a chance to battle, and I'm pretty, like, I want it to go over 3 hours. Like, this is a pretty good stopping point for today. I want to battle again. You know what, GG plays, because you asked, we'll do it one more time. We'll let you try out whatever new cook you've got cooking. You really twisted my arm on this one, but we got her done. Also Perish Trap. The Perish Trap is real. Maybe I win, maybe you do. We'll see, it's all based on your adjustments. Let's start with... Yeah, let's start with this team. Alright, ooh, it's Hisuian Avalugg. And a Hatterene. Okay. This looks a lot like a Trick Room comp. I mean, Meowstic could also be Trick Room. I think, or not Meowstic, Meowscarada. Their Avalugg could also be Rock Slide, though. So I really feel like I shouldn't lead the expanding force mode. Let's do Primarina, Arcanine, Indeedee, Hatterene. And let's see how that works out. Except me, but I'm not really into playing Scarlet and Violet competitive much anymore, but sticking to Terra raids and PvE content. Well, fair enough, Sua. Alright, we got 2 fire types. I think the answer is I just click this, and then I click this. Well, we missed a Rock Slide on to the Pokemon that it probably doesn't matter on. Cinderace goes for the double kick and becomes a fighting type, doing a bit of damage to Arcanine there. Skeledirge goes for the Will-O-Wisp into the only Pokemon it can, which is the Primarina. Unfortunately, Primarina is not a physical attacker, so it won't be affected by this burn too much. Hyper Voice comes out, and that takes out the Cinderace and does big damage to Skeledirge. Now we got Avalugg coming in. And I think I'm going to Hyper Voice, and I think I'm going to Rock Slide. Oh, no, I'm low battery. Avalugg goes for the Protect this turn, not wanting to take any damage. Rock Slide is not avoided by Skeledirge this time. I gotta move my entire setup to be closer to the charger. We're gonna take some Burn Chip. But now comes in Elgato. And I'm fine. Or protect Primarina this turn, and then swap Indeedee. I got my fill of Regulation H, and it got boring. Meta teams are just a yawn fest to face over and over. I think the meta is... Like, the meta for Regulation H is actually really interesting. Because we had Charizard win LAIC recently. Which is crazy that Charizard gets to do anything these days. Oh, Skill Swap. Tries to take my Primarina's Liquid Voice. As Avalugg gets up the Snowscape. And Primarina takes some Burn Chip. Indeed, he's going to redirect this turn.
Yaskarada is going to skill swap with Indeedee, which basically does nothing because we already have Psychic Terrain set up, and Indeedee doesn't have Indeedee doesn't have Grass type moves. Moonblast comes down to Meowscarada, who's going to take Indeedee's ability with it. And what does Avalugg do? Avalugg goes for the Blizzard. Not doing very much damage because Avalugg is mostly a physical attacker. But now we're going to go for the Hyper Voice, and we're going to Helping Hand it. Opponent's going to go for a Terra. And they're going with Terra Ice. They are no longer weak to the Hyper Voice. That's rough. I did not expect that to happen. That is rough. I guess the Avaluggs have never been known for their special defense, now that I think about it. Avalugg is just a defense tank. But that is crazy. Playing Pokemon against other players competitively is drastically different from the normal games. 1000%. That's why I love it. There's so many finer intricacies. And you can really, if you know what you're doing, you can really have some fun. Bring in some Pokemon to really mess with some people. And that's why I think Regulation H might be my favorite regulation so far. Is because it just feels like there's so many different viable strategies. And everything, like nothing really stays on top in Regulation H for too long. Like it was Sneasler for a while, but now Sneasler's not like top placing in any regionals. It's just like doing kind of well. Well, it's not finishing in like the top 2 in any regionals or major events. But then there's like Sneasler Tech that's like just run dual Wing Beat Forehead to get the Focus Sash. What do I bring here? I feel like I always do Flutterman and Indeedee, and then... Oh, there's a Decky Dewey here. What do I do for the Decky Dewey? I mean, I guess I do the same thing that I normally do. It's like... Kamo Torkoal, I think, will be fine here. Avalugg does have terrible special defense. Despite its high HP, it's very good with Assault Vest. I don't know about that. There's still something with Delphox you have yet to see. I don't know, I guess we'll have to see. Now I feel like it would be really mean of me to just click Helping Hand Shadow Ball into the Delphox this turn. So I'm going to do my due diligence, and I'm going to double protect. Delphox went for the Will-O-Wisp. Goodra went for the Muddy Water. Well, if Goodra's gonna break my sash anyways, I might as well just launch the Shadow Ball into that slot.
Iron Head comes down to Flutterman, takes it down to the Sash. I remember Gudra's tail being that large. I mean, it's big, but it's not supposed to be that big. Well, that's Hisuian Gudra. It's one of the regional variants that came out in Pokemon Legends Arceus. I think it's best if I just go for the Helping Hand boost here, because Gudra can just go for the Muddy Water. So it benefits me the most to deal damage into both here. I see a Terra from the opponent. And they decided to tear their Decidueye into a pure grass type. Decidueye tries to go for Sucker Punch, but unfortunately we're on Psychic terrain where priority moves do not work against your opponent. Oh, that's a nasty crit on Decidueye there. Body Slam comes down to Indeedee. And Indeedee gets paralyzed. You still have yet to see it. I did not get my chance. Nope, you'll just have to save it for the next time, I guess. But now we got Houndstone. And I'm gonna do that into it. Houndstone gets to act faster than normal because of its Quick Claw. Houndstone gonna go crazy. Gets the necessary Lash Respects into Flutterman in order to take it out of the game. This is actually kind of awkward now. Indeed, he could not move because paralyzed is actually what the opponent needs to see here. Take some Last Respects chip. Gotta take some Body Slam chip. Body Slam does not paralyze. Weirdness disappears from the battlefield. Yeah, I think I throw that. And follow me for the Quick Claw, hopefully. Decidueye looking like a samurai. It's, what is it? I can't remember what the Hisuian trio is based on, but Samurott is the samurai. I think Decidueye is supposed to be a Bushido. Flash Cannon comes out.
Does good damage to Houndstone. Houndstone tries to go for last respects, but Indeedee redirects it. The Money Water. It does crit Indeedee. It does not accuracy drop. Combo, at least. So, two things need to happen here. I need the Quick Claw not to pop, and I need Indeedee to redirect it. So let's see what happens. Okay, Indeedee redirects it. Wait, body slam, not body press? Am I missing something? Well, GG Plays likes to get their paras, so they've been using body slam. However, body press is also a good move for Goodra to use because it allows you to use your defense stat instead of your attack stat. And Goodra got a lot of that defense stat. Now we get Aura Sphere though, and a helping hand to Aura Sphere, hopefully. And that takes Goodra out of the game. We even have a short on the channel from when GG Plays paraflinched me 4 times in a row and was able to use their Houndstone to Last Respect Smire Caledon all the way down. It was actually really funny. I like that moment a lot. We use not the rain team so far. What's Hisuian Bisharp supposed to look like? I don't know. There isn't a Hisuian Bisharp. There is a King Gambit, and that's supposed to be a king that does gambits. Wait a minute. Okay, same team as last time. But what? But we do Pelipper and... Ooh. I guess Scizor? This battle doesn't matter too much. Let's bring Raichu, hopefully for Raichu to do something. And then our Caledon. Rim Snarl. I was 1 hit away too. Yeah, you needed a little bit more damage and you would have been able to take out Combo there. I don't think... It depends. You're fluffy, so you would take more damage from Torkoal's Heat Wave. But I don't think Torkoal can beat Goodra super safely. It'll be close. More close than I would like to think about. I think this is always Hurricane this slot, and then Fake Out this slot. I'm new to this Hisuian thing. Basically, for Pokemon Legends Arceus, in the Sinnoh region, it used to be called the Hisui region. And the Hisui region had some different looking Pokemon. In the same way that Paldea has, like, Paldean Tauros. Alright, we figure out Delphox, and we get Clean KO on Decidueye there. And in comes Goodra. I think we just Weather Ball, and we... Electro Web. Make Delphox slower than Pelipper, perhaps?
I've seen someone play the King's Gambit like once ever. I mean, I'm sure it's a great strategy. I have no idea what it actually does. Alright, lastly, we got Houndstone, who can catch this Hurricane after another Electro Web. One's gonna Terra their Houndstone into Terra Ghost. We're gonna Electro Web with Raichu. Makes Houndstone extra slow. Get Hurricane off with Pelipper. Nearly gets Houndstone. Does confuse Houndstone. We've already seen Houndstone hit itself in confusion once today. Will it do it again? Ugh, unfortunate for Houndstone. Body Slam comes down to Pelipper. And now we just click Weather Ball and I guess Thunder. Like, there's really no point in me Electro Webbing again. Oh, we just need to double the slot in case the Quick Claw activates. I was about to show you what you did not see, but you killed it. I mean, I gotta play the game. Gotta make the optimal move choices. There's the Quick Claw. I'm still going crazy. It snaps out of confusion, too. And goes for Dig. Well. Let me just do that. And do that. I'm gonna hop off. Bye, everyone. Well, thanks for coming out, Blue Monkey. I appreciate it. Both of my Pokemon had one job and did not do it. I mean, that's just how it works out sometimes. The rain has stopped. I'm just gonna go for the Electro Web. If the Quick Claw activates again, then it just wasn't meant to be. But I actually need my Rain for Pelipper to hit things effectively. Alright, Electro Web gets Houndstone here. Body Slams into Grim. Let's slow down Gudra and bring our Caledon in. I'm back. Well, welcome back, John Pika. Unfortunately, we're towards the end here. This is the end of the last battle. How does the move Protect work, like, canonically? Well, since all the other opposing Pokemon are on the opposite side of the field, Protect protects your front half only. So it protects you from all the damage from your front half. And if your name is Urshifu, you get to go behind the Pokemon, and then he hit through the Protect, because the Protect is only on their front half. That's why the fist is unseen. It's because it's behind you, not because it's extremely fast. You just, unless you have eyes in the back of the head, you can't see it. Are you resistant to para? No, you just haven't gotten the 30% chance on any of your body slams so far. If you used it into Raichu, Raichu is resistant to it. But I don't think any of the body slams were into Raichu. Because electric-type Pokemon are naturally immune to being paralyzed. But GG's, GG's. Alright, 3 and nearly a half hours later. It's about time to tap out. Oh, man. We got a lot of guys left. Oh, my day also flipped over while we were battling. Well, did you like my changes? What changes all was there? Because I liked the Encore for like disruption with the Delphox, but it really didn't seem like you were getting much use out of Decidueye there. Even though Decidueye is pretty decent, it's just it caught a Hurricane immediately and then died. Whereas you could have like swapped to Goodra, who would have resisted the Hurricane instead. Like, if anything, maybe try and focus in on, like, when you think you need to switch out Pokemon a little bit better. Because if your Pokemon just get one-tapped each time, then they're not going to end up doing anything. And you can try and create better endgames for your Houndstone. Ooh, Jerry has some neat Pokemon Go stuff. The Shiny Lapras with the background is actually very neat. And so is the Necrozma. Alright, well, that's enough for today. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.